Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new and trying us out and checking out my readings. Thank you so much for joining me today. Beautiful souls, if you're following me in my readings, I have a new camera I'm trialing today, so give me a shout in the comments if you think this is working better than the previous one. Let's give it a go. I've drawn 3 cards today, and our readings today, we are tuning into an astrological power point. It connects to eclipse season. It connects to a particular formation in the planets that left an imprint, and it's like an energetic portal that we can tune into every month. And at the time of doing these readings, I'm doing them on a Friday, but literally it's tomorrow, it's the Saturday that this energy is there. So we've kind of got a window. You know, the strength of the portal is tomorrow on the Saturday, but if you're coming to this reading at another time, if you've been drawn to it, then there'll be a reason for it. Perhaps you're tuning into a personal PowerPoint, or you might be coming into this either today as I am doing these readings or in a couple of days' time. It's like a window when we can tune into that energy. It's not like this is the moment now and then it's gone. You know, we have a sort of a window of opportunity of several days around it. And as I said, if you're drawn to these readings, they're pick a card readings, so there'll be a message here if you're drawn to them. I always think just trust your intuition, trust your gut feeling, and follow through. So beautiful souls, I'm going to draw a rune and some charms for each of these piles. We'll look at the cards, I'll hold them up, but hopefully you can really see them clearly. And for those of you that like the runes and the charms, I'm going to draw those today as well. And I'm going to say just trust your gut feeling. If more than one of the readings is speaking to you, then go with it. Sometimes it is more than one. And this is a really magnificent point every single month when we really can kind of get a little bit of a turbocharged lift to our manifestations. We can shift things, move them forwards. So, pile 1, we have the card of moth. Let me show this to you. So this is pile 1. I'm going to draw a rune and a charm for you as well. Oh, your rune is absolutely sticking to my fingers. You have Rado, the rune of journey. And your charm, you have an absolutely beautiful little leaf. Okay, so let's put that counter there. That's your leaf, and there is your charm. Pile 2, you have the card of Panther. Very struck by the colours, the way the colours in these cards are really consistent with the green coming through, greens and yellows, all of the cards. I mean, this pack has many colours in it. Wow. Okay, so very distinct energy, I think, around. Now, your rune for pile 2 is, you have Kano. This is the rune of openings. And you also have a hand with a 5-pointed star in the palm of it. Okay. And then for pile 3, you have frog. This is what it's looking like. And your rune and charm, you have, you have harvest. So this is Jira, the rune of harvest, and you have the key with the skull, which is very, very, very significant. We'll talk about it in the readings. So pile 3, you have the key with the skull, and you have harvest. Okay, now I am going to leave the the camera running just for a few moments longer in case you need a little bit more time, and if you need even more time than that, press the pause button. Beautiful souls, lean into your intuition, trust your gut feeling, listen to whichever of the cards, the runes, the charms are singing to you, and I will see you in a moment in the readings. Pile 1, welcome to your reading, beautiful souls. Okay, I am seeing these 2 cards from this pack. Let's draw your oracle cards and see what we are shown. I'm seeing these 2 from this pack. And this one. And also this one. It's that one there. And lastly, an angel card. Oh, okay. I think I'm going with those 2. They are flying out for you. Okay, we have Angel of Tranquility and Angel of Love. Okay. Like a moth to a flame is what I was hearing when this card came out. Okay, I am feeling you drawn to someone or something. Okay, let's see what else we have. Plant medicine, truth, and conch shell, calling. Gosh, I do feel you are being called to something. Now, I don't know whether this is a someone or a situation or a circumstance, but you are being called to something, and it's a very, very strong pull. Wild mage we have, and also elemental. Gosh, there is a real raw energy around you of, yeah, it is like a moth to a flame. I think you're being drawn to something. Now, we also have purpose. Yeah, divine timing is at work here. Purpose and inspire. Okay, either you are being inspired or you're going to be inspiring others, or both, or someone is inspiring you. But the energy of inspiration is around you. And I feel as though there is a real, gosh, it's like a raw sort of, it really is like a gut feeling of being just drawn to something inexplicably, I think is the right word. What is this about? Let's get more information. We'll draw some tarot cards for you. How does this connect as well to this PowerPoint? This is a time when our manifestations can get a turbocharge of energy. So how is this impacting on my pile 1 for this PowerPoint? We have 4 cards coming through for you. Okay, so we have the 8 of Earth. We have another 8. Wow. Okay, so we have the 8 of Earth. We have the 8 of Air. Let me move these along. We have the Crone. Ooh, and then we have the 4 of Earth as well. Okay, right. This is about work. This is like a vocation, or literally a calling or a vocation. There's something that you have been drawn to, or are being drawn to. Now, interestingly enough, at this time, this point of power, this moment in time, I actually feel, my lovely pile 1s, that this is something that, for some of you, it's new. It's a new direction. Now, it's either a new direction, or it's something that you have previously thought of and you're kind of returning to it. Or it is something that it's going to build upon something that you're already doing. So something that you are already passionate about. It would be like another string to your bow. But it's definitely something that is, in the moment, it's new. Even if, as I said, it's an addition or you're returning to it. Or brand new. There is something around you at the moment that is literally calling to you. And it's really, really, really singing to you. It's one of those things where you can't get it out of your mind. It's literally a pathway that you're being shown. Now, I think it's connected more to your working world, or rather than love, even though we have the angel of love. Now, for sure, for some of you, this could be a relationship, in which case I still think it's possibly more of a working alliance than a love connection here. unless it's somebody that you are both madly in love with and going to work with as well, which is a possibility. But this feels with this Four of Earth that this is something that you can really invest in. I guess it could be love, but it feels like, well, let's just say whatever this is, you are drawn to this like a moth to a flame, and it is something that is absolutely compelling for you to want to go and do it and to follow through with. It really, really is. It's really compelling. It's something that you want. You just, I think it's irresistible to you. Literally like music to your ears. The vibration of it is, it's resonating with you. If this reading in itself isn't actually resonating, okay, and so for some of you, you might be thinking, I'm not sure what this is. Some of you will know. If you don't actually know what it is, I think somewhere in you actually know that something's coming. You know, when sometimes before something happens, we just have this incredible gut feeling that something is on its way. We don't quite know what it is or when it's going to arrive or what it will look like, but we just have this sort of like itchy feet, or you just know that something is on its way. There's an excitement in the air, but you don't know what the excitement is about as yet. Now let's dive in and get some more information. We'll use another tarot pack and see what we can find for you. May we kindly ask for more information for pile 1. What is this new something that is, I feel like it can be activated? Actually, that's what's coming through here. It's time to take the first steps towards something. So you are returning to something, picking something up again, and now it's the time to go with it. Or, gosh, it's something brand new that's calling, and you can start to take the first steps towards it. It could be something you're dreaming of, in which case really hold your focus because it will arrive and you can take the first steps. Let's find out more. Can we get any further information for pile 1? It does feel as though the timing, it could be a real opening for you in some way. May we please ask for any additional guidance for my lovely pile 1s, please? We have, yeah, look at this, the Two of Discs. I do feel this is more likely to be your career pathway in some way, shape or form. Although look at this, we then have the card of the Lovers as well. Okay, then the Princess of Discs, then the Empress, gosh, then the Ace of Discs, and then the King of Swords. Okay, your message is really, really clear, my lovely pile 1s. This is absolutely, there's divine timing at hand. Now, I kind of said if you don't know what this is, that you've probably got a gut feeling that something is about to emerge. I think for most of you, you probably do have an idea of what this is actually about. And the key really at the moment is, do you act upon it? Do you act upon that sort of energy of the moth to a flame? Do you follow through? Do you take that step towards something? Do you take that risk almost? It hasn't quite got the full energy around it, that riskiness about it. It's because it's more compelling than that. But the timing is absolutely right to take a step towards this. So if this is a gut feeling that you have about something, I still, interestingly enough, feel if it's a gut feeling about something, that you'll still know what that gut feeling is about, and there are things that you can do to actually initiate this. You can make this happen. You can start to take steps. And what this reading is saying really is, and if you're tuning into it at the time of the point of power, actually use this moment to launch it, to take that first step or to sow that seed. I mean, if this is love for you and there's someone you really like, then this would be the time to approach them and ask them out on a date, or tell them, how you feel, or, it's time to initiate something. It's like, this is worth investing in. What you invest in at the time of this point in power, I think is going to accelerate quite quickly. I think it's going to build quite quickly. And I think you'll love it, whatever it is. I think it can start to actually sort of almost, it's like it'll gather momentum very, very quickly. That's what the energy is about, my lovely pile ones. I think you'll be surprised how quickly it will, you'll see how fruitful this is. This is absolutely worth investing in. This, it would be like, let's say there is someone you really like. You invite them out on a date, and God, it just goes, it's like the dream date. It goes so, so well. If this isn't about love and it's a project or a something, you're returning to something, this is the time to pick it up and run with it. Sow those seeds. Really, really invest in something. And use the energy of investment, because and do it with a really clear mind. King of Swords. It's like, make that clear-cut choice and that decision. Be committed to this. If there's anything you have actually been struggling with, and you want to let it go, you could use this energy to do that. Though this is much more about embracing the new and setting forth and taking those steps. And it's like one step will lead to another, which will lead to another. It's kind of like the way is being almost, the pathway is being prepared for you. It is like stepping stones. And so whatever is sort of singing to you, and if you do have this gut feeling, but you're not quite sure what it is, then I would actually suggest that you look at some other readings and see whether you can find out, or get an inclination, in case there's anything that you can personally do to sort of assist the universe in showing you what this is. For most of you, I think you know what it is. It's a calling, it's a desire, it's something you want to manifest. And it does have that compulsive feel to it. Timing is perfect for you. This is your message, pile one. It really, really is. This is absolutely the time to make a clear-cut commitment. And I just think it's going to be really fruitful. You reach out and what you need or what you desire comes to you. You get the yes, basically. If you're someone who hesitates sometimes, or you procrastinate because you have self-doubt, you suffer from self-doubt, as many of us do, let's face it, it's such a human thing. This would be the time to really, really, get out of your own way, put the self-doubt down and reach out, because I think you're going to get the result. I think it's going to come into you. I just feel the resonance of something is, the timing is perfect for you. This is the beginning of a whole new journey. And whether it is adding a string to your bow or developing something you do into a far greater purpose and calling, however it is, as I said, I think most of you will know what this is. And really, this is acknowledging that the energy is completely primed for you to really, really listen and commit and invest. I am loving your reading. I'm absolutely loving the energy. Pile one, this is fab. It really, really is. This is absolutely harnessing the energy of this PowerPoint. And the PowerPoint comes around every month. So don't forget to check in. I always do a reading around it every single month. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. And I also post readings every Sunday where we touch base and get an immediate message from Spirit with weekly guidance. So, check in with the readings, beautiful souls. And of course, there are many here on YouTube with some outstanding readers. Check in on the readings if you need additional support and guidance. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing, with people, letting people know about the channel. It really, really makes such a difference to my being able to continue to put free stuff into the world. Thank you if you're returning. Thank you if you're new. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all of you who give back through the super thanks. So I am sending you all an abundance of gratitude. Let me know what you think of the new camera. For those of you that follow my readings, on my screen it's looking a bit slightly a bit too bright. I haven't been able to adjust it. It looks a little bit too bright, but it does also look very clear. I've had problems with cameras that haven't been focusing well enough for you to really see on the screen. So let me know if this is working. It would be great to have your feedback. And my beautiful souls, I am sending you all the love in the world. Tons and tons of love. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to reading your comments and hearing what this is about for you. Yeah, thank you all for commenting as well. Tons of love, Pearl One. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have Panther energy, and this feels so powerful. It's very, very interesting because this particular PowerPoint is coming not long after a very powerful full moon, although of course you could be watching this at another time. But I really am intrigued by, gosh, the depth, the strength of the energy in your particular reading, Pile 2. I'm really, really interested to see what comes through for you. I do feel with Kano, the rune of openings, that we are looking at a window of opportunity here for you. Something is being opened up for you, possibly literally even being handed to you. Let's have a look at your oracle cards first. We have growth. Yeah, look at this. You have the Green Man. I love these cards. These are cards by an independent creator. So I'll put the links to all the cards below for anyone that wants to check in with them. You have growth and cleanse. You have vision quest, seek. And you have cave, retreat. This is so interesting. The energy around you is absolutely about a window of opportunity opening. You're going to need to cleanse in order to embrace it. It's almost as though you're having to let go of something in order to seize this opportunity. We have request and transition. Again, look, you're being handed something here. It's like an egg timer. And transition. And the egg has broken open. Okay. Then we have angel of adventure and angel of encouragement. Ooh, okay. There is something is to break open for you. Something's to be gifted to you as well. There's definitely a window of opportunity here. Let's just draw some tarot cards before I say too much more. Now, some of you are in a space of retreat. I think you have retreated already, maybe for a little while. Perhaps life had just been a bit too tough for you. You have retreated. You needed to retreat. I'm going to take this one and this one. Okay, we have the Two of Earth. Look at the eggs here. And look at the eggs that she is juggling. Then we have the Four of Fire. Look at this. Take aim and fire. We have emotion and intellect. And we have the King of Air. Okay, let me move your cards along. I think we can get these into your view. I'm positive that we can do that. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, pile 2. This reading is about a point of power. There is an opportunity for you. You've kind of got to let go of something. What I think you've actually got to let go of is basically, I think you've got to come out of your shell. This is like grasping the adventure. I think there is a need to come out of your shell. Come out of your retreat. Come out of your cave. Interestingly enough, the adventure, the opportunity is offered to you. It's a request. It isn't something that's just hanging around you, or, you've been pondering it and, do you, don't you, go and look for something. It wouldn't be like you having an idea and going off and Googling to find out more about it. It's not about that. This is very specific. It's actually an invitation or a request. The interesting thing is, when the request comes, and it's either already been requested, somebody's already invited you to something, or they're going to. When it comes, I think that you will be, or you possibly are already, hesitant to take it. Okay, now I don't know why you're hesitant to take it, and we can ask a little bit more about it. But you are being encouraged to accept the invitation. Now, it could be that it's taking you out of your comfort zone. It could be that you had safely retreated into a place where you've been, to be fair, regenerating, looking after yourself. Why wouldn't you? But this is a time to come out of your cave, to let go of any hesitation or reticence. You see, we have a little, I think it's like a little dormouse here in the corner of this card, just here. This is about seizing the moment and coming out of a place of retreat. Yeah, I want to say don't be shy. This is also one of those moments when I think logically you kind of know this is there should be no reason why you wouldn't say yes to this. And yet I think there is a part of you, there's something emotionally under the surface here that you have, that causes you to try and, you're weighing things up. You're thinking, do I, don't I? I think this is a situation that you could talk yourself out of. You know, perhaps you have retreated with good reason, as we do. You know, we do retreat with good reason. We don't just, you know, retreat for no reason. But this is something that can really grow. This is about asking you to come out of your shell. Now, if an invitation hasn't arrived yet, when it does, I mean, this is one of those, what's that film? I think it was a Jim Carrey film where he says yes to everything. I know some of you, I'm sure, will remember the name of it. It's failing me at this precise moment. But there's a film, and the story is that he basically says yes to everything. Instead of being a no man, he becomes a yes man. And I'm not suggesting you say absolutely yes to absolutely everything. But anyway, some of you will remember the name. And if you do, could you please put it in the comments for anybody else to read? I would be so grateful. Thank you. But this is a saying yes to an invitation. Don't hold back. If someone says something, do it. Go for it. There's something here that's going to take you on a whole new adventure. But you've got to say yes to the invitation. Now, whenever you come to these readings, if you're watching them at this point of power, then I think the invitation will come. It's being initiated by the energy of this point of power. If you're coming to this at any other time, you know, just because you were drawn to the cards, the runes, the charms, then an invitation is about to come your way, or it already has done. And this is something to say yes to. It really, really is. Absolutely, this is a definite yes kind of moment. Make sure that camera is focusing. Like I said to you, I'm trying out a new camera. I think it should be focusing automatically. Let me see if I can bring up a card and get that to focus. Is that going to focus? And then it might focus when I put it back down. I hope so. I hope that's working. Although the colours look pretty bright to me. Let me know. Let me know what you think of the camera. Hopefully it's better. Even if the colours are a bit bright, at least hopefully it's more focused than my previous camera. Let me know. Let's draw more cards for you. Pile 2. I think your reading is clear and your message is clear for this PowerPoint. There'll be an invitation of some sort, and you are being encouraged to go for it. It really is going to take you off on a whole new quest, a whole new adventure, a whole new phase of growth. Something is going to grow from this. And, you know, logically, you know that there's no reason to say no, but it brings you out of your shell. So let's ask, can we get any more information about this invitation? We have the Lovers, okay. We have the Nine of Discs, I'm seeing these three, and also this one here and this one here. Okay. So for some of you, this could be an invitation like a date with the lovers. It could also be an invitation to something where you then meet somebody. With the 9 of discs, it could be a work situation, in which case, again, it could be somewhere where you meet someone, or someone could introduce you. There could be like a networking event. A friend or a lover could invite you to something, and you end up meeting somebody who's really going to assist you. We have the card of strength and we have the King of Wands. Look at the lion coming through here, the lion energy. Have the courage to go, because this is a really big opportunity. This isn't a small opportunity with Kano, the rune of openings. This is a big opportunity. This is a big new adventure. This is a big new... you're going to be so grateful. This is a big new adventure, a big new period of life, a phase of life. This is something that's going to be really super fab, that will come because you step out of your shell and you say yes to an invitation. The invitation may not be the actual thing, although it could be, like if it was a date, for example, or a business opportunity. But I think for many of you, the invitation opens the door to meeting someone or to some circumstances that then initiate that opportunity. You are going to be so grateful. We have the card of gratitude. We then have the 4 of discs and we have the 3 of discs. I love this. Absolutely love this. I mean, this is such a celebration. Curiously enough, I think it does connect to people. It could be like taking you to meet the right people at the right time. It could be, again, money, success. I'm seeing a crown here. I mean, so I'm seeing like your crowning glory almost. But this is absolutely taking you on an adventure that leads to some kind of success, a successful outcome. There's like a celebration. It's very real. This takes you out of your shell, and it kind of launches you it launches you into a new phase of life, almost in some ways. It's a quest, it's an adventure. My goodness me, it's worthy of going. But it is curious. I do think it connects to people for some of you. Could be the right people, the right group of people where you go to something and you end up chatting to somebody who knows someone, and one thing leads to another, which leads to another. So I think your reading is really encouraging you to say yes to something and kind of go, take a risk, take a chance, just go for it. Rather than staying in your shell, say yes, because I think it's that invitation that opens a doorway to more. And I think the more is significant, and I think it's big, and I think it's amazing. And you are going to so love what comes from going to this thing. What you've got to do is cleanse and release any kind of reticence or any inclination not to say yes to this opportunity. But I think it comes in the form of an invitation. It's very specific, actually, your reading today, pile 2. So at the time of doing this reading, I would be very much on the lookout for invitations. If someone says something, even if it seems a bit random, I'd be definitely on the lookout for that. And definitely your reading is encouraging you to be in the zone of yes. Pile 2, this is your reading. Keep us posted. Some of you may even know what this is already, but keep us posted. This is amazing. tons of love, beautiful souls, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting people know about the channel. It really does help me to continue to put free stuff into the world, you know, so thank you for sharing with your friends, your family, and generally sharing, you know, when you send links onto social media and things. Thank you also for subscribing. That also makes such a difference. It really does help the channel. So thank you for subscribing, and if you want to make sure you never miss a reading, press the little bell icon as well. And if this is resonating with you, I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon. Wow. Yeah, do keep us posted. And I do readings on Sundays for weekly guidance, where we check in for an immediate message and look at how the week is panning out for you. So, and other pick a card readings too. So, and shorts, all sorts of things. So do check out the readings here. Pile 2, tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. I actually want to say right off the bat, just drawing your oracle cards first, but you know, this is a key that opens every door. So this feels like a really exciting moment. Whatever you have been manifesting, so if you follow these readings for this point of power, I think something is about to come to harvest. Something's about to reach a stage of completion, or to bring in the harvest, literally. And some kind of doorways are opening for you. I'm going to go with all 3 of these for you, my lovely pile 3. 3 cards for pile 3, using some lovely independent creator cards here today. I do list all the cards below for anyone that wants to check them out. And we are going to draw an angel card and a second angel card. It's this one I'm seeing for you. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards first. Angel of Dreams. Oh my goodness me, Angel of Success. Gosh, are these actually focusing? This doesn't look like it's focusing. Bear with me. Let me make sure, because I have a new camera. I want to make sure this is actually focusing. Is this going to focus? Is that working properly? And will it now focus back down there? I hope so. I might need to fiddle with it. I do apologise, my beautiful souls. I think it should, it should be on an autofocus, I think. Is this working? Is that working? And then put that down. Is that going to work? Let's just check this out. Let me look at your cards first, beautiful souls. I can't, I'm not going to stop the reading now, because this is kind of quite amazing. Okay, look at this. You have Receive, you have Foresee, you have the card of the Lovers, you have the card of Cleanse. How interesting that you have the Frog, which is also about cleansing energy. And then you have the card of Connect. Wow, okay. We then have the card of Rattle, Disperse. Oh my goodness me, you have Foresee. Look at the stairway opening up for you, and then opening yourself to receive. This is quite amazing. This really is amazing, pile 3. Doorways are being opened. Look at the way this rattlesnake is curling, just in the same way that this spiral staircase is opening up. And there is a clock at the bottom here. We also have a bed here, but under the bed, look at the dreams. Look at what is coming through for you. And then we have a bed here. Wow. Pile 3, something is about to come to fruition for you. You are about to receive. You're about to connect. You're also dispersing something. There is both a cleansing and a dispersing. There's a letting go of something. What you're letting go of had a sting to the tail, actually. I think you're coming through something and out the other side. Also with Foresee, I feel like maybe you've been able to, like head something off at the pass. Is a saying, you know, when you are aware of something, or you put the time and energy into something to ensure that it doesn't go wrong. You've foreseen something. Let's draw your tarot cards as well. This is very interesting. There's it's like multi-layered, your reading today. You know, primarily, something is coming in for you like a harvest. It's like you're going to get the result for something that you have invested in. That's absolutely for sure. You're also you're either coming away from something. I'm also hearing sleep on it here as well. What is this about? I feel like there is just a different layer to your reading as well that we're being shown here. Okay, we have emotion, intellect. Now this is a time for you to use both your mind and your emotions and to get them working together. When your mind and your emotions actually can work in opposition to one another, or they can work together. If I put my therapy hat on, it's emotions will trigger particular thinking patterns, and particular thinking patterns will trigger particular emotions. That is what's coming through here. Now this is beginning to make some more sense here, because there is this relationship that goes on between your mind and your emotions. And what kind of happens is that it can be a bit of a spiral. And look, we have a spiral staircase here, and the rattlesnake's tail is in a spiral here. I mean, for example, if you were feeling anxious, that will tend to create a certain kind of, it creates a very specific thinking pattern. Actually, it's what I would call the what if kind of thinking, where you anticipate everything going wrong and you're anticipating what could go wrong, and then you're trying to anticipate everything that you need to do to stop things going wrong. But then your mind works harder and harder and harder and harder, and the more your mind is working, the more you're anticipating the numerous things that you could possibly go wrong, thinking of solutions, and eventually, you know, you're frazzled, exhausted, and extremely anxious. So it's like the thinking patterns are generating even more anxiety. So there's something here about this relationship between your mind and your emotions, and that is what I think you need to cleanse and disperse. In fact, actually, integrity. This is actually really rather lovely. We have the Four of Earth. I think this came out in pile 1. And then we have the 10 of fire as well. Absolutely. Right, things are to come back into balance for you. That's part of the harvest. That's part of what's coming to fruition. I think you're going to be, it's not exactly proved wrong, okay? And I mean that in a really good way. This would be like if you had anxiety that something isn't going to succeed, you're about to be proved wrong and it's going to succeed. If you had fears that something wouldn't come to fruition, you're about to be proved wrong and it will come to fruition. This is the rattle, the disperse. This is the cleanse and the connection. If you believed with lovers that you would never, if you got yourself into a mindset that you're never, ever, ever going to meet somebody, well, you do, and it proves you wrong. This is what your reading is about. This is absolutely what your reading is about. You're about to get the success of something. And whatever this is for you, with your thoughts and your emotions collaborating, sometimes unhelpfully, because that's what happens to us as human beings. I mean, there are very specific thinking patterns that are connected with very specific emotions. I have written a book about this from my therapy days. It's called Mindfulness Meets Emotional Awareness. If you check into the description below, if you struggle with emotions and thinking patterns, it's really, really hopefully worth reading, because I wrote it to empower people. When you understand your emotions, they are not in charge of you, you are in charge of them, and it's such a different, it's a game changer. Now, angel of dreams, angel of success. You're about to be proved wrong. If you are somebody who has struggled with disappointment, then actually, disappointment is really interesting as a source of empowerment. Disappointment isn't meant to derail you and give you those thinking patterns that tend to go along the lines of, all the good ones are taken, or it'll never happen for me, or everything goes wrong for me. That's an outcome. That's a thinking pattern that connects to disappointment as an emotion. Disappointment is an empowering emotion. It's there to help you to make really clear choices. If someone lets you down and you feel disappointed, you might go back and try once more, but you don't go back 100 times and keep trying. You listen to the disappointment, you let it empower you, and you move on and you find somebody who doesn't disappoint you. You know, emotions are here to help you to navigate with full awareness. Something is aligning here for you with 10 of fire. It's like you receive something that enables you to shift your perspective and let go of some part of you that doesn't believe in that something is going to work for you, or that it can't happen, or, as I said, any of these thinking patterns that are connected with specific emotions. Something is to be released and cleansed, but it doesn't get released and cleansed by you having to really, really, really work at this. I'm not saying you haven't worked at it. I'm sure many of you have, because this is the level of work I'm seeing here. But something happens to basically throw it up in the air and change everything, because you can't say it's never going to happen for me when it just did. You know, so this is what we're seeing. You know, not only do you get is a doorway opened for you, that, you know, you get the harvest, you get the dream, you get the result, you get the success, but it also removes that underlying thinking pattern that has been possibly for some of you quite entrenched, actually, because that is what happens to us. We get involved in these sort of emotions and thinking patterns, and this sort of bit of a vicious circle where we can spiral down. And of course, the more we're in the zone, the more we look for it, and sometimes we get more experiences that reinforce this. And this is a shifting. This is what the energy of this PowerPoint is bringing. So it could also be something, if you are working, for example, with the moon, and you have been wishing and dreaming of something, it could be that this now manifests for you. Let's draw some more tarot cards for you, pile 3. But this is fundamentally what this PowerPoint is about for you. It is literally a point of power where something very real comes in for you. And because it's very real, I also think you've worked for it. But it's kind of that, when you've really, really worked for something, and you just feel like it's never ever going to take off. You know, you succeed and you get by, but it doesn't really go viral, and you need it to go viral. And this is the point when it goes viral. And that part of you that said, oh, it'll never happen to me, well, it's just about to. That's what we're seeing here. Open yourself to receive, my beautiful pile 3. This is fabulous. Seeing these cards. Anything else coming through for my pile 3 to assist or bring further guidance and information? I'm seeing both those two as well. Let's look at these cards. What else are we shown here? Gratitude is your first card. You are going to be so grateful for this. You're just going to feel it. It's going to be, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I think you're going to be walking around beaming from ear to ear. From ear to ear. You have ear to hear is nice, isn't it? That works too. You have the 2 of discs, you have the Ace of discs, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Fabulous. You have the 3 of cups. Wow, this is amazing. You have the Queen of Wands. Oh, this is lovely. You have the card of abundance, the Empress, and you have the 3 of discs, which is a card of joy. So you are going to be so grateful for this. This is the time when it is your harvest comes in. Success comes in something that you have actually been kind of waiting for. You can celebrate. I think you've actually really, really worked for this, if I'm truly honest, with the Queen of Wands. But it is literally this point of power where the energy supports you in success rather than getting by. In something very real manifesting. So it puts away those doubts, those limiting beliefs, all the stories that you tell yourself in your head. It's never going to work. It's never going to come true. This is the point when something comes true. It comes real for you. And it's like, wow, you will be walking around. For those of you that follow my channel, you'll know some of my language. In our household, we call them Jennyisms, and I do say some things that that my children laugh at me. But nevertheless, if you watch the channel, you'll know some of these Jennyisms. This will be when you are walking around going, wow, wow, and more wow. So, yeah, please feel free to adopt the Jennyism of wow, wow, and more wow, and even more wow. would be appropriate, because this is the point when your harvest comes in. I don't know what that harvest is because it will be unique to you. And I don't feel I need to ask, if I'm truly honest, because I just think it's coming in. What it does do, though, it creates this incredible new energetic beginning for you where you feel aligned. You feel like, gosh, things are finally working for me. Some of you, I think, have had some, you've had to deal with some stuff along the way that's probably got in the way energetically of you feeling like it can come together. This is the turning point. We have 3 of discs and 3 of cups. This is the turning point. And the turning point is because something real comes in. And because something real comes in, it's like wow, wow, and more wow. The happiness, the abundance, the joy, stuff you have been nurturing comes to fruition. It's like the Empress is sometimes seen as somebody who is depicted as someone who's pregnant. This is now birthed. It's now happening. I mean, this is absolutely wonderful. Really wonderful. Congratulations is what I'm going to say to you. Both of these threes, both of cups and discs, they are cards of congratulations. So I am going to say congratulations. Yeah, amazing. Success. Congratulations. If this was a one-off reading, I would be calling it congratulations, ! And my goodness me, this opens doors for you. This opens doors for you because this is a level of success in something that it doesn't just open doors in a practical, pragmatic way. It opens doors because it removes all of those limiting beliefs that you have been, trundling, that have been resounding in your mind, and that have been generating challenging emotions that often reinforce and create more of those limiting beliefs. And this is the point when you move away. So the spiral is away from that negativity rather than being bound in a downward spiral where you are sort of entrapped in it. Wow. Congratulations, pile 3. Beautiful souls. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so, so much. Thank you for letting people know about the channel. Thank you for sharing through social media and telling people, your friends, your family. It really does help me to continue to put free stuff into the world. Thank you for subscribing as well. That also really helps the channel. So thank you so, so much. Don't forget to, if you subscribe, to press the little bell icon, and that way you will never miss a reading. Hopefully they'll come into your stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you for commenting. These are all my gratitudes. Thank you for commenting and, sharing your stories. It's fabulous to hear what's happening in your worlds. Pile 3, this is amazing. Tons of love. Gosh, this PowerPoint is really, 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 it's got your back. I mean, it just has. The universe has your back on this one. You've worked to get here, and wow, this is the point of power for you. That is a real turnaround. So just magnificent. Pile 3, tons of love.